Hello traders, Martin Szreter, 28th of February, end of the month, Bitcoin at 80k and actually below for the last few hours. So let's have a look into the oil price action, where we are, what's to come, and this kind of information. So first, Bitcoin whale orders. When we look at whale orders, we see sell at 88k. That's why we went lower. So these orders came here. It was the sales orders. When we zoom out the liquidity and the buy orders, we had a lot of buy at 80k. That's visible clearly, but we had also buy here, right, at 95, and we then went lower. There are many reasons why we are going lower. The main primarily is that US is putting tariffs on all countries around the world, on European Union, on EU, on China, on America. Basically, there is a tariff war. So that's number one. Point number two, there are also options open for Bitcoin reaching 70k, which is here. Just for information, it doesn't mean we go there, but that's the situation. If we look into Bitcoin, US 500, Ethereum, and others, that's the chart, how the chart is. Ethereum has lost the trend line, which we had here, and the others are still keeping the trend line. So that's some strong differentiation between those two. The others looks actually still holding the trend line, and Ethereum not. So that's important to remind. Then if we look into US 500, we have a pullback, but it's a minor pullback. You saw what happened before many times. So it's the minor correction right now. Nothing started even yet. If we assume, let's say we are here, it's still way to come, right? This pump, and I will tell you why it's still definitely possible. If you look at the Bitcoin, that's what the line chart is telling us, and then generally that's how it looks like. So as you see, the small pullback US 500 has got bigger pullback on crypto market, but it works in the both ways. Once US 500 rebounds, crypto can go actually crazy. So there are multiple reasons for that. I will show you in a second. Looking into Ethereum on the 6-month candle, we can still, we are just sitting below the trend line. But if this week will close, and this is the monthly candle, 6-month candle, close above 2300, and we keep grinding up, we will explode higher. According to technical analysis. But if it keep holding, if we keep dropping, and we come to the base, then we have a little bit of problem. So give me a sec. Coming back to the Ethereum versus Bitcoin, that's how the chart looks like. Look, if we compare 2017, 16 to the current situation, that would be best case scenario. That would what happen. We go through these stop losses. We have a basically squeeze short. If this happened for Ethereum, I don't know. No one knows, right? But I want to show you a few things. There are the levels which we are going. Level 1, then level 2, and we are at the level 3. Will we come back to level 2 from 5 years ago? We could come. We had this hack on Bybit, purely on Ethereum. It's not a good news, even if this Ethereum is being locked, but actually it's being transferred to Bitcoin into the small parts. So this we need to keep track and eye on. But basically, I'm giving you a few charts, okay? And that's how the Ethereum looks like. So Ethereum is a bit difficult situation right now. And and it's never easy, really. If we just purely look into the chart and compare the similar situations, exactly. That's the moment we had here. In these moments, usually, there was some kind of disaster before. It's not the first time that there is a hack. In crypto, hacks are basically every time. It's a regular activity, like hacking crypto exchange. So there's actually these risks. Take the risks are the good moments very often based on the historical performance. And one more info about Ethereum. Donald Trump additionally bought 100 million ETH this week, so he still keep buying it. And that's, I think we should have still Ethereum in our portfolio and wait for some squeeze short. I think it's still possible, depending on a few things, but I think it's still possible. When we come to the market cap dominance, this is how the chart looks like. We have a resistance and 62%, strong resistance, but it can be broken. Bitcoin is the king of the jungle, and it can break it easily to go to some 70% levels, which we saw in the past. If it will happen, no, I don't know. No one knows. Maybe not 70, but 65. it could be reached. So yeah, the same chart, but for crypto. So crypto dominance looks like this. And we are just coming back to the demand zone, which is never like a one-day event. This event, it takes few months. If you look back from here, from July 19 to March 20, so almost a year, half a year, 9 months. That's not a single day. So this is the process rather than a single event. When we come to the liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, that's how the situation looks like. So it looks like 80K is being held right now. I want to show you the details and myself, you see. So when we go to 40-hour time frame, we see the small relief rally from 78 to 80K. And yeah, is it enough? I don't know. There are a few things, guys. First of all, we have end of the month. This is a critical moment. Usually end of the month, this is the moment. There is no big volume here, that's we can see. Liquidity is above us. There is a lot of reasons we could go much higher, and everyone is keep buying Bitcoin. We are not afraid about Bitcoin. And one more thing, look, to assess the Bitcoin situation, I usually like to also look into the other things like altcoins. So this is the others chart. And even if Bitcoin dropped to below 80K, we don't see the same drop here. We are still holding this double bottom, kind of. And even if we go a little bit lower, if we generally hold this line here, I mean, these levels, 240, then it means we are grinding the bottom. But exactly, the only problem for this chart is actually Ethereum chart. Ethereum looks not the best. This chart, no. Yeah, okay, I will show in the next one. So let's analyze a few more altcoins things. In the last 24 hours, altcoins are between oversold and weak, which is not surprise, but they didn't break the bottom. You see, if you look the random altcoins, and I will show you in a second, they actually don't look that bad. And that's the main chart. So that's also important thing I want to mention. If we look into the liquidations, we have plenty of liquidations, but there is one change. So when you look at the exchanges, Bybit is number one. And the reason is that Bybit has changed the way of calculating liquidations. So it started to put more more visibility in liquid. I don't know exactly what Ben from Bybit decided to do, but he's more transparent with the real liquidations. So probably if Binance would do the same, Binance is still the biggest exchange and would be much more than that. And that was also said here that liquidations were much bigger than presented on the charts on 3rd of Feb. Okay, so from liquidation perspective, longers get wrecked. And usually longers get wrecked. From this chart, we can say that actually shorting looks like better strategy, but it's not the case. It's just the case how you long it, right? If you long 150 leverage at the top, then you get liquidated with 1K account with 100K position, right? So yeah, altcoin 𝐒𝐿 back to 30. Let's zoom out the chart where we are. So we are between altcoin 𝐒𝐿 and Bitcoin 𝐒𝐿. And yeah, I also thought that we will keep this 50 level and we go higher, but that's the case. Okay, we are just learning. We need to stay open-minded. So no, the index also decided to drop and reflects the reality. Bull market still tells a whole 100%. So the main indicators saying don't sell yet, and I agree. How you can sell your Bitcoin at 80K? I think that who is selling is really the market makers who just have so much Bitcoin and they can trade it. And that's what's happening. Heatmap looks green, and that's very good news. We are ready for a move higher, and Bitcoin balance on exchanges actually increased. I didn't understand this chart, to be honest, that time, but since 5th of Feb, the exchange balance increased. But then I saw the message from CZ, from Binance, that they also changed some calculation methodology. I need to dive deep into it. So this balance exchange on Binance, which should causing this peak, I think it's something explainable. I just need to dive deep into it. Okay, so just give me some time. Then this chart, it's Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum chart doesn't look good. And if we'll see the trend line here, we lost the trend line, and that's the main problem for ETH. We lost the trend line. For other coins, did not lose the trend line. So altcoins did not lose the trend line. Other top 10, but Ethereum has lost it. But okay, then the next chart, Bitcoin dominance. We put two scenarios. We go for scenario 1, so we are going actually higher, and we can definitely go to 65-70% still. Then that's the others chart versus Bitcoin. And when we look back, I mean, we need to look back. Then we compare this time to December 2020 or to December 15 or to December, Jan 17. In general, we are in the downtrend since Jan 2020. So it is some time, okay? And basically 3 years. So that's could be enough time to give some relief rally for others versus Bitcoin. From the other hand, we have changes in the cycle every time. So yeah, we need to stay open-minded, just monitor it. But still, we are not here, we are not here, we are here. We may think to add to our altcoins portfolio right now. When we look into the BitBo cycle lows, it's a bit confusing. So the chart is basically showing us the, showing us the drop, and I just need to open it. Okay, when we compare this chart to different era, we would see that we could say we are here actually. It doesn't have to be 1-to-1, right? Sorry for that. I did it one more time. I'm back now. So we are like here. We have this, sudden holes in the trend and then really rally immediately afterwards. I don't know if this is the case, no one knows, but there is a high probability that this is the case, that we can see the strong rally at some point when probably Donald Trump announced something. So there are some milestones, some changes sudden in the price, and Glassnode is telling us the same. We see the first time this price action is not matching specifically the other cycles in this particular time, but we saw similar cases. You see here and you see here. So it's just shifted. Like everything goes faster now, and that's the case. These cycles are shorter, faster. Everything that there is much more changes, and that could be the case. We are kind of here, which means afterwards we have a strong rallies. And specifically, I speak about the blue one, which is the cycle 15 to 18, because we have many similarities to there. We could say we are at the one of these strong pullbacks. And after a strong pullback is a strong rally. So, like roller coaster, guys. 300 for these long-term prices, we know, is 300, 500K, no changes. Spot ETF, that's the big change. A lot of outflow for Bitcoin and the same for ETH, apparently. And when we go to weekly, I think it shows us better picture. Yeah, let's go to weekly. You see, last week was a disaster in terms of ETFs, and ETF is responsible for the price of Bitcoin dropping to 80K sub. That's the main reason. ETF, so that's why big guys are manipulating, not manipulating, they are shaping the price. If you sell so much Bitcoin outflow, right, it's almost 3 billion. Then what price can do in the short term? But I can guarantee you that you can see we need to keep monitoring it, hold strong, and everyone who does it will be rewarded. Because the same situations happen over and over again. And actually, we may have doubt to the altcoins, but guys, not to the Bitcoin. So yeah, when you got the Bitcoin, the Google trend, actually it's rebounded a little bit. I don't know what's the reason behind it, but that's the fact. And Ethereum quarterly letters minus 37%, Bitcoin minus 14. Will we close quarter like this? I don't know. We will monitor. One more thing, when we look into the Bitcoin assets, we see it sitting at the point number 10. So we lost the 7th position by silver, Saudi Arabia Metabranch. So almost $500 billion of money was wiped out for Bitcoin, but this money can come in a single day back. So keep an eye. At the same time, gold going green and making all-time high with 20 trillion market cap. So a lot of to come. No one is rushing here. market makers, percentage addresses in loss. We have a peak. So finally, some people have losses because when they bought 100K, and now price is 80K, which means 20-25% drop. And that is something what we definitely don't want to see. Okay, guys, so